All right, how's my audio? Just one live.
All right.
Oh,
My audio. Just one live.
that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I didn't know it was playing on my phone, but I'm playing on my phone. Um, so basically, kind of the point of this live is I'm actually going to be working through kind of the creation process of kind of the documentary style I'm trying to go with. So I want to kind of make the first theme for it to be about kind of the defense of predator catching. So, predator catching is the only one, is the only form of journalism that seems to go under scrutiny. Like journalists, they're journalists that make money, but if you're a predator catcher, it's wrong and bad. Um, if you interview a guy who falls and you're a journalist, uh, I think I'm kind of referring to where that if you interview a predator, a child predator, and they pass out, all of a sudden you're held criminally liable, and I'm referring to OPP. I'm robot. I'm roboting. Well, I can't do this if I'm roboting. Yeah. Um, I have no idea what's going on with my internet. My internet should not be bad. It's supposed to be really good internet. That is weird. Okay. Um yeah, it even has a wire on it. All right, so basically I don't know what you heard or didn't hear, but basically I'm going to be showing the creation process of kind of a documentary style video I'm going to make where it kind of just gets into how predator catching is treated with a double standard with any other form of journalism or anything else. Um, like if you uh, interview someone, if you interview a child predator and they pass out, you're held criminally liable. But if you do an ambush interview to Mitch McConnell and he falls, you're liable. You're not liable, and pretty much no matter what, even if you turn evidence into the police, you do everything the right way. You're always going to be categorized as a wannabe cop or a vigilante. And a lot of times it just ends there. You have no day in court. You can't make your case that this isn't true. Um, Many times when uh, you know DAs not only not take cases, but maybe even make a point to not take a case, there's never a chance for you to argue against that decision ever. So I'm just gonna kind of this is gonna be kind of a long stream, but it's just to kind of work through that. And I'm going to be using a kind of ChatGPT also. Tell me what the I'm pretty much going to be kind of working all night. That's kind of my goal. How's the video? Is there any lagging at all? Just gonna check on it. Okay. Should be live on Kick too. So I'm gonna do a lot of these just kind of working lives as on Kick and Fireside. Sorry, so gonna ask ChatGPT. I actually already did this. I'm trying to scroll to the previous answer.
Ryan, this is exactly the kind of documentary that could change the narrative around predator catching if you structure it right. You're tapping into something bigger than exposing predators. You're talking about First Amendment rights, citizen journalism, civil liberties, precedent-setting cases, why predator catch forms of investigative reporting and hunt management. And that's a very strong, very defensible position. Let me break down what you just said into a clear documentary framework you can build from and make it airtight, factual, legally safe, and powerful. Number 1, your core message, the heartbeat of the documentary. Here's the most powerful way to state it. Predator catching is investigative journalism, but unlike every other form of journalism, the system treats it as illegitimate. That double standard threatens both public safety and the First Amendment. This gives the film a moral spine, a constitutional spine, a political spine, a cultural spine. It reframes you not as a vigilante, but as a citizen journalist filling a vacuum. Number 2, your 3 pillars. These will structure your documentary. Pillar 1, the real reason behind Empty Cat. This is the emotional and philosophical core. You explain why you created Empty Cat.
All right, so actually, this is kind of one thing about ChatGPT is it's saying Empty Cat, but it knows that I'm referring to EnvyCap. That's kind of like an issue where if you kind of like tell it something, it'll hear the wrong word, but it'll actually recognize what it means, but it'll still call it Empty Cat.
How it evolved out of necessity, why you do it solo, your values, no violence, no coercion, no entrapment. The gap law enforcement leaves. Why ordinary citizens must step in when institutions fail. This gives the documentary its human story. Pillar 2, predator catching is investigative journalism. This is where you make the constitutional arguments. You bring up ambush journalism history, 60 Minutes, Vice, Project Veritas, paparazzi, political reporters. The Mitch McConnell example you mentioned, journalists confronting him and him collapsing. But no liability. Environmental activists confronting CEOs on camera, reporters questioning celebrities as they walk, paparazzi running after people, doorstep journalism that pushes right to the limit. All of these are legal. No one calls them vigilantes. No one arrests them. Why? Because journalism is protected. Investigative work is protected. Public accountability is protected. Predator catching is literally the same format. But because the target isn't a politician or executive, it's someone accused of a felony, the law treats you differently. This is your constitutional inequality argument. Pillar 3, the legal double standards. Now you bring in the cases like the OPP incident. Predator fainted. Catchers were held criminally liable. But journalists interviewing politicians who faint, fall, panic, or collapse face no charges. This section exposes prosecutorial inconsistency, selective enforcement, how vigilante is a political label, not a legal category, how your movement is punished for doing what journalists do daily. This is the civil rights angle. Number 3, tone and framing. You want this documentary to feel serious, constitutional, investigative, historical, not sensational. Your tone should mirror Citizen4, The Social Dilemma, Vice documentaries, Netflix true crime exposés, whistleblower-style films. You're saying, open quote, this is journalism, this is accountability, this is public service. It just happens to involve confronting predators, close quote. Number 4, key questions, the documentary answers. This is how you keep the narrative tight. 1, why is citizen journalism protected in every field except predator catching? 2, what makes Empty Cat different from reckless groups? Matter 3, why do predator catchers face criminal liability for outcomes journalists routinely cause? 4, why is society comfortable with ambush journalism, unless the subject is a child predator? 5, what constitutional rights are at risk if predator catchers are suppressed? 6, what happens to communities when citizens stop documenting predators? These questions elevate the film into civil liberties territory. Number 5, your documentary's climax, with a direct argument that predator catching must be recognized as a protected form of investigative journalism under the First Amendment. And you explain how to regulate it responsibly, the ethical model you use, what safety practices you follow, why vigilante groups give the rest a bad name, how you're setting a standard for the future. This turns you from catcher into thought leader, into the person shaping how the field evolves. Number 6, want me to write the documentary script? I can. Write the intro narration, create the 3-act structure, questions, write your on-camera monologues, outline the legal analysis, build the emotional arc, design the closing argument, create your title tagline. Just tell me, do you want a full documentary outline or do you want me to start writing the opening scene and narration?
All right, so it's kind of just like that's kind of just like a general rundown of what's going to be going on. I don't know. I don't know what this means at all. By the way, LLMS are trash. I don't know what that means. Yeah, looks like we have the real CC unit in chat. Yeah, I don't know where you gone, bro. Yeah, and I'm gonna be using a lot of AI. I'm gonna my thing is to fully embrace AI, and I'm gonna be working on this for the next couple hours. Try to get a finished product. See what we can do. And I'm gonna be I think I'm gonna be using not this camera, but another camera that I'm gonna attach to kind of film it. But I'm literally gonna try to either make a lot of progress on it, or maybe even get it all done just kind of in the setting. Don't let AI tell you you're not special. that hold on. I kind of will be using it for everything. Hold on. Is that have to do with ChatGPT? I think that I just never heard that word before. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, that's what you're saying. Because yeah, it's been blamed for mind distracting people. PBW has a SWAT team on scene on Kick, getting ready to bust in the door. Yeah, so this kind of live, I will kind of just say that this kind of live is not a catch. You know, if there's something big going on, I probably was just watching that. There's just gonna be kind of just me editing and building something. That's about it. Yeah, I actually just noticed I have to shut off a light real quick. It's flickering. Yeah, I think they're saying that so Predator Approaches Washington has a SWAT team on scene getting ready to bust in a door. So I guess like they're that's the door of the Preds. Yeah, something weird happened to it. It did. I was killing a very big spider. Like a really big one. I put up a fight. Playing with blinds like a cat. I actually don't even remember what I did. I don't remember how it got like that. I think one day they just started. There was like one that would just kind of deteriorate a little bit, and then I don't know. I just got to get new blinds. Is imaginary $30,000 support dog broke the blinds? No, not a $30,000 support dog. It's $70,000. So it's 70,000. But all right, just starting off. Been kind of toying what I'm gonna be working with. So I think this is kind of like a good documentary instrumental that I want to start with in the beginning. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's literally from YouTube's free audio library. So YouTube can't throw an issue about it. But yeah, I played that, and it sounds fitting. So I'm just gonna work on it. All right. So actually, I think I'll be right back. I just want to see. I think I have my camera around, so I'll be right back. I got it. That tune's bringing back memories. Can't quite clear it up. Sounds like some game on this that used PowerPad. Hey, Nico 1988, I see you. You're on Kick. Yeah, I think we're just like at 33 subscribers. I don't know. It'll probably take a while to grow. We'll just do what we can. I did find the camera. All right, I want to see if this camera will work. Is that this camera? Mix Brio. Hold on. Yeah, we're building Legos. I heard something about he was like gonna survive in the winter in the van or something like that. I didn't hear too much about it. I didn't know it was gonna be like on a mountain. Yeah, I think this should be good. All right. Using Adobe Premiere, kind of just putting it all together. Yeah, so this lab will be here for a long time. So this is going to be going on for a while. All right. I decoyed today. And I'm still decoying. I actually have another couple leads. I have another guy in Kentucky. He was very graphic in the chats, but I'm having trouble identifying him though. That's kind of the only issue because pretty much, any information on like his account, I can't get a positive on it. All right, let me try to figure this out. So I just started by importing kind of like an opening documentary music into a certain folder that I'm going to be using for. I'm going to be using Adobe Premiere and some other AI tools for it. But I want to make this documentary about the defense of predator catching and the double standards that apply. I'm trying to think of how I kind of organize it and what examples I can use. I've already named some about the Mitch McConnell one and OPP situation. But generally, how pretty much any time you search predator catching, it's always just vigilantes, and there's never any real argument for it, other than it just being broadly categorized that way. So that's where I'm at right now. But I'm trying to just organize it all together. It keeps calling it empty cat, but
Perfect. You're at the exact stage where you need a strong structure before you start editing anything. You already have your music and Adobe Premiere ready. Now you need the blueprint for the entire documentary. Here's how to structure it so it hits hard, feels legitimate, and demolishes the vigilante stereotype while making a constitutional case. Below is a complete 5-chapter documentary outline with exact examples, segments, and narrative flow you can plug right into Premiere. Documentary title, Working, The Double Standard, The Untold Story of Citizen Predator Catchers, or Empty Cat, Journalism on Trial, or Protected Speech, The Fight for Citizen Crime Reporting. Full structure. Use this as your editing blueprint. Intro. Why predator catchers exist. 2 to 3 minutes. You open with emotional music, stats on predator arrests, clips of mainstream news ignoring cases, a narrator saying something like, open quote, America has a problem no one wants to talk about, child predation, and when citizens step in to expose it, they're labeled vigilantes. Close quote. Then introduce you, Empty Cat. This is investigative journalism. It just doesn't look like what they teach in college. This hooks the viewer. Journalism or vigilantism, 5 minutes. This is where you dismantle the mainstream framing. Chat topics. Google predator catching. All results say vigilante groups, compared to ambush journalists who are praised, not criminalized. Show public ambushes by reporters, 60 Minutes, Vice, Project Veritas, TMZ chasing celebrities, environmental activists confronting senators. The Mitch McConnell Fall incident. Confrontational journalism is protected speech. Key question. Open quote. So why are journalists allowed to confront powerful politicians and CEOs, but citizens who confront alleged child predators are branded as criminals? Close quote. This is your theme. Chapter 2. The OPP case, a turning point.
Just for the opening, I think what I'm gonna do is I just Google predator catching, and it's already like many things that are kind of referring to it as a vigilante. I think I want to take kind of like a screenshot of that and kind of just use a bunch of, like screenshots and maybe some, I guess maybe some footage, kind of just making it very clear how predator catching is perceived at first to kind of set the ground for what I'm arguing against. Just telling ChatGPT that. Oh no, so I fully my like final thing is I fully embrace AI.
That opening idea is perfect, Ryan, and it's exactly how real documentaries create contrast before delivering the main argument. You're basically doing what great filmmakers do. 1. Show the stereotype. 2. Break the stereotype. 3. Reveal the truth. Let me help you craft that opening in a way that feels cinematic, powerful, and professionally structured. Opening concept: the public perception. This is how your documentary should start before any narration, before any interviews, before anything else. Step 1. Screen recording or screenshots of Google results. Search predator catcher, predator catching, pedophile vigilante group, YouTube predator catcher, citizen predator sting. On screen, you'll see vigilante over and over, headlines calling catchers dangerous, negative framing, dismissive language. Then you zoom through results like news articles, Reddit threads, YouTube commentary, misleading blog posts. This visually hammers the bias before you. Step 2. Layer in a gritty, low piano tension track, something with deep bass, slow tempo, subtle strings, that documentary tension feel. This sets a serious tone. Step 3. Add short text overlays. Examples: open quote, vigilantes, untrained amateurs, dangerous and reckless, illegitimate law enforcement, not real journalists, close quote. These appear quickly, sharp, fade in and out, so the audience feels the weight of the stereotype. Step 4. Quick clips of news anchors criticizing predator catching. Find or reference local news calling teams vigilantes, reporters warning viewers, commentary suggesting leave it to police. Short 1 to 2 second flashes are enough. Step 5. Show the OPP headlines. Pull up search results like predator catcher charged after confrontation, man fainted during sting, citizen group arrested. This builds tension. Next, step 6. Pause the music and fade to black. After about 20 to 30 seconds of chaos and negativity, it all stops. Black screen. Silence. Then, open quote, this is the story they tell you, close quote, wait a beat. And now step 7. Your reframe appears, over black or over a slow fade in of you prepping a camera, walking into a hotel, or sitting at a desk. Open quote, but this isn't the truth. Close quote. Then, open quote, predator catching is investigative journalism, protected by the First Amendment, and the double standard ends here. Close quote. This is your thesis statement. Step 8. Start the documentary proper. Now you cut into you talking, or your narration, or your ethical setup, or your mission behind Empty Cat. The audience now has the emotional context. They saw the bias. Now they're ready to hear the counter-argument. Do you want me to write the exact script for your opening narration? Something you can literally record as your voiceover, synced perfectly with the screenshots, the music, the dramatic cuts. I can make it sound like a Netflix.
Yes, the only thing I would want to ask is, I guess I need to make sure that if I do use screenshots, it has to be the right dimensions so I can use it for Adobe Premiere. And if I'm using clips, I need to make sure it's in line with YouTube's terms of service for fair use. Hey, guys. All right, so what's it saying? Yeah, definitely. If there's a catch going on, definitely watch that. All right. I think I'm going to use this. Microsoft Paint. What should be the default dimensions of the picture is what I'm asking. Of the screenshot. All right, JPEG. Put this in the documentary. It's gonna be SS1. Just gonna import that. The music isn't in there for some reason. All right, I want to use a lot of ones like that. All right. This is a good one. So basically, I'm just using a bunch of screenshots. All right, print screen's not working. Why? All right, so I'm using the print screen button to capture kind of like what I'm going through Google on. But it's not copying it so I can paste it in Google Paint. It's not doing that. Oh, okay. That's what's going on. I can actually use that faster. All right, just puts it in another folder. So actually, I don't need Google Paint. On sequence 2. Screenshot interrupts the music. Uh, what? That's crazy. That's weird. That doesn't make any sense. Why? I don't know why it's doing that. All right, so I'm editing in Adobe Premiere, and the first screenshot, is going with the intro music, but then the next screenshot that I imported, it's like taking over the audio and it just mutes the music. Why is it doing that?
This happens in Adobe Premiere when a screenshot or any imported media is dragged into an audio track instead of a video track. Or if your screenshot has empty audio metadata, causing Premiere to assume it should replace audio. Here are the 3 most common reasons and how to fix them instantly. Number 1, you accidentally drag the screenshot onto an audio track. If a screenshot lands on A1, A2, or any audio layer, Premiere thinks you're trying to replace audio. Have fix. Make sure your screenshots go into V1, V2, V3, etc. Audio music stays in A1, A2, etc. How to fix it instantly. 1, look at your timeline. 2, if your screenshot is sitting on an audio track A1, A2, drag it up to V1 or V2. Your music will automatically come back. Number 2, Premiere has insert instead of overwrite turned on. If you accidentally used insert, the arrow with the hollow icon, Premiere shifts tracks to fit the new clip and pushes out your audio. Fix. Use overwrite instead. Hotkey, period, or click the red overwrite icon in the toolbar. Now dragging clips won't remove your audio. The screenshot imported with an empty blank audio track. Some images import as video plus silent audio. Premiere then tries to replace your music with that silent audio channel. Fix. 1, in the project panel, right-click your screenshot. 2, select Modify Audio Channels. 3, set Clip Channel Format Mono. 4, uncheck all audio boxes. 5, hit OK. Now your image has no audio component, so it can't override anything. To prevent this for all future screenshots before importing, 1, edit, preferences.
All right, so I'm looking at it. Do I say insert or override? All right, it's saying overrate. Let's see. I think it fix it. All right. Yeah, basically working on something. I'm gonna be working on it, and then I'm gonna show kind of how it's coming along. Basically, I got it to kind of show 2 screenshots right now. I'm trying to make it kind of the intro to just kind of show, combination of clips and screenshots about like how predator catching is generally perceived. That's kind of where I'm starting. I think I want to use a video now. Probably need OBS with that. Okay. Yeah, I want to use this. Later. Okay, let's see if I got this. Start recording. All right, that's a good clip. That's a good clip. Where'd that clip go though? Okay.
Dollar General in Alexandria.
We just can't permit that to happen.
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
I didn't dismiss that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
You need help.
In fact, multiple prosecutors agree if predator catchers
All right. So I want to edit that. Oh, I was trying to crop it. It's loading some long to load thing. Yeah, I wanted to do that. I'll just put it in there. It'll take way too much time. Let's see. All right, so now I'm using a clip, and it looks like the video of that clip isn't playing at all. Even though it did capture it. So I did like a screen capture of a clip of a DA saying they wouldn't take a case. But the audio isn't playing. How to fix that? Okay, I think this. All right. So I'm looking in the audio channels. It says stereo. Do I change that to something? I'm gonna take a picture of what I'm seeing. I don't know what's going on. So I was trying to add it to those two V1 spots after. So those first two were screenshots that don't have any audio, but then I want a clip where it has audio. Okay. All right, so if I just drag it in the same spot, will it work now? Okay. And it won't replace the audio, right, of the song because I want it to be like kind of the background music. It'll just kind of play over it, right? Okay, I'm just gonna play it.
Too, but we're not going to file anymore.
You need help.
In fact, multiple prosecutors agree. If predator catchers
Oh, that's exactly what it did, though. Yeah, so actually that's exactly what it did. So do I use insert or overwrite for that? No, so the music's at A1. I have to show what it's doing. So I'm only taking a picture of it and it'll figure it out. It can look at what I'm looking at. So if you notice, it just kind of has like a missing space right there. How do I fix that? Oh.
Dollar General in Alexandria,
We just can't permit that to happen.
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
I didn't dismiss that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
In fact, multiple prosecutors agree. If predator catchers
All right. Delete. Let's see.
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
I didn't dismiss that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
In fact, multiple prosecutors agree. If predator catchers Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
I didn't dismiss that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
You need help. In fact, multiple prosecutors agree. If predator catchers
All right, so that looks fixed. What's chat saying? Yeah, I think I'll do a little bit of a screen share once in a while. That's what I'll do. I think let me figure this out. I'll show you what I'm seeing. It's kind of in this format. So
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
I didn't dismiss that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
You need help. In fact, multiple prosecutors agree. If predator catchers
okay. All right. I can actually probably show this screen. Hold up. So I'm actually trying to I want to try to refine this up a little bit. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to just get a bunch of clips and kind of videos of just like how predator catchers are perceived. So that's kind of where we're going with. Let's see. I could probably edit this on with I mean, actually, hold on. I'm trying to zoom in here. All right.
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
I didn't dismiss that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
You need help. In fact, multiple prosecutors agree.
Okay, let's just see this for a second. See that? That's kind of like the intro to the documentary kind of stuff. Now move this here.
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
And I want to stop
I
it at
didn't
some
dismiss
point.
that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
Like kind of right there, actually. I want to probably stop it right there. Right there. Gonna cut that. Now let's check it out.
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
I didn't dismiss that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
Boom, that's perfect. All right, that's kind of all right. So that's kind of what it is. It's kind of like building the suspense about it. This is kind of coming along well. I just need to look for more stuff. Oh man, I'm absolutely gonna use that because actually, PCI goes through this probably the most. And they have a horrible DA from Muncie. It's not even that guy. PCI, Muncie, DA. Let me see if I can find this guy. I don't even know. Because I remember a clip of him just like whining about how he was getting bullied about people being mad that he's not doing his job. The DA, by the way, the district attorney. Oh, what's his name? What's his name? Hold up. I'm pretty sure I have one as my avatar. Oh, I don't have it anymore. All right, never mind. Okay. Oh, that's Juliana. That's not that. It's always vigilante, like, and then one's like Skeeter Jean is like it just calls them vigilantes. All right, I'm gonna have a field day with this. I'll type in district attorney. Oh, yeah. Nah, that's not him. I'll type in Muncie. That's a good one, though. I want to use that. Hold on, let's chat GPT. Who is the district attorney in the city of Muncie in Indiana? Eric Hoffman. All right. We're definitely going to include Eric Hoffman in this. I don't know if they took it down, though. Hopefully not. Oh, I think they took that clip down. I don't know if you guys remember the clip that I'm talking about. Am I spelling it right? Oh, Muncie. Oh, I see him. Hold on. PCI. Oh. Yeah, they must have took it down. Is this related to it? I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know what they did with that clip. That's gone. That was on YouTube though. I also have to go with the other one. And by the way, if you're in Indiana, do what you can to vote that guy out if you can. I don't know if he's running opposed. Yeah, I can't find that. That's not anywhere. All right. Yeah, but that's an example. See right there, they can just say that what we do is illegal without any argument. Like he didn't like. Did they ever say why it's illegal? Yeah, that's kind of the main thing. Yeah, I'll just use this clip. It's yeah, it's the same nerve, so it'll work. I'm gonna clip that where the guy's just calling it illegal with literally no, even if he's just quoting law enforcement, whatever. Like that was like perfect for what I'm talking about. I'll clip that too. Like as if we can't get convictions. Yeah. So actually, in this case, like that guy is just like quoting. I think he's just quoting what the district attorney's saying, so it's not on him. He's just quoting someone. He looks gross. Oh, I know what he looks like, bro. He looks like Patrick if he was like a person. I made like a whole thing about that. Let me see. Can I see links? I'm looking at it right now. Prosecutor Kaufman allegedly threatens 9-year-old. Whoa, what? Whoa. I mean, yeah, it's not a topic, but it's kind of crazy though. Threatens 9-year-old through text with court. Text messages show Delaware County prosecutor Eric Hoffman flashing his badge, allegedly threatening a 9-year-old child with court over a disagreement between his children and another child. Public records show the number traces back to Eric Hoffman. So it wasn't even like he was saying who he was. I just found out this guy is like actually doing this. Along with the badge that indicates his name and position as a Delaware County prosecutor, the father of the child who received the text, Aiden Sturgreaves, said he received a call from a family member informing him of the menacing messages sent to his daughter late at night. It would be one thing if my kid were 17 or 18 going to adulthood. It's almost midnight on a working day, and the county prosecutor's going out of his way after hours to basically intimidate my child, he said. Eric Hoffman told the Post-Democrat that he was at a conference and legal seminar at the time and claims he wasn't sure if the person texting his child was another child or if he himself was in bigger danger. As prosecutor prosecutes violent crime, I'm always cognizant of the fact that there are people out there who wish to bring me physical harm. Through Sturgis, Hoffman's child was bullying his own initially. Oh, wow. Oh, so it's like he sent a picture saying thanks, and then he shows a badge. I guess it's a district attorney badge. Wow. Yeah, I just saw that. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for another clip here. Oh, actually, no. I wanna full screen that. Hold up. All right. I'm gonna start recording. Okay, right there. That's good. Videos. I think it's the second one, right?
Martha, Attorney General Josh Kaul said in a release that he wants predator stings to be done by the professionals and wants less what's being called vigilante justice. These kinds of stings are illegal and he says can do more harm than good in putting a potential child predator away.
You are a predator.
Good. All right. So now I want to put that. I think you guys can still see my screen, right? Hold up. Yeah, it's like meanwhile calling, us amateurs, Wow. That's ironic. Isn't that ironic though? Isn't that ironic? All right. So yeah, we're gonna try to make a banger out of this. All right. I put that into. Hold on. Oh, I didn't put it in the file. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna drag it in. Drag it in. Now I'm gonna import it. Stop sharing for the moment and just go. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's fucking sequence bullshit. Okay, hold on. All right, so I have another clip I'm gonna import. I just want to make sure I do it right. If I drag it in, will it work kind of the way I want it to work? I think it will. Let's see what ChatGPT says. I think it's so. Hold on. Oh, there.
Dollar General in Alexandria.
We just can't permit that to happen.
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases
Oh,
where
whoa,
vigilante
whoa,
groups
whoa, whoa, whoa. That's the other clip. That's the other clip. That's not what I wanted. Oh, I didn't import? I'm gonna import it again. I don't know. What? Oh, hold on. Is it here? I'm just importing that clip. All right, it says it's importing. All right, whoa, it's taking a while. Just want to import one thing. All right, so I'm importing a file, and it looks like it's just at a complete stall. it's not showing any kind of progress. Why is this happening? That's just weird. All right, also always means one of 5 things. It's trying to detect the audio, video in the background. Oh, this is weird. Yeah, no, it's not a big file at all, so there's like no reason for it to be doing this. I don't know what his problem is.
Martha, Attorney General Josh Call said in a release that he wants predator stings to be done by the professionals and wants less what's being called vigilante justice.
Oh, this is weird. So I don't know. What are you saying? I should just shut off Premiere and then turn it back on again, and save it beforehand. All right. So Premiere's being really weird. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna. Well, it's being it's being weird. Now it's like freezing. Now it's freezing up. This is being weird. Wait, just wondering and why. Wait, just wondering why and what does AR collect money from you? I have no idea what you're saying. I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah, it's gonna close the program. Yeah, Adobe Premiere is being ridiculous. I don't even understand this. But actually, maybe it's the camera. Oh, I don't really get into stuff like that. That's some financial stuff. But all financial stuff, all like my financial stuff is handled ethically. I'll just say that. Okay, I'm gonna open Adobe Premiere again. I don't understand what the hell. Yeah, straight up though, like this is like, what is it doing? All right, I'm patch. So, all right, so my computer is just kind of freaking out at everything right now. I can't even open Adobe Premiere again. I thought it was like my webcam doing something weird to it. What is going on, and how do I resolve it? That's in ChatGPT. This is weird. What? Oh, so it's gonna make me restart the computer. That's what it's gonna make me do. And say my graphics card just like failed. This is like a high-end computer. Yeah, I'm gonna go live on my phone. My computer's out of control. Clearly. Hold on. I'm editing the stream. I'm just going to. All right. So I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah, I gotta restart my computer, I guess. It's that's insane. Hope I have everything. I'm actually trying. All right, it's not listening to me. No. Yeah. No. Just shut it off. So it's challenging me to. It's not even letting me. It's not even letting me shut off the computer. What the fuck? Yeah, this is weird as fuck. Reset. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just talk to chat right now. My computer's being weird as fuck. I don't know why. My computer's not even restarting. Uh, what do I do for my kind of computer? No, I mean I did that and it just chilled. My computer's just like it's tripping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I think it's I mean, I don't know what it's doing. Nah, and this is like a very good quality computer. So I have no idea why it's freaking out like this. It's kind of crazy. Cause I'm trying to import a video, like a 5-second video. It's gonna do whatever it's doing. All right, I just restarted it. See if we even still have the project, unless it just ruined that too. You are guilty from society at large for attaching yourself like a tick to her. I'm guilty of crimes. I'm gonna give it a 0 rating. Hold on. For what I've seen, that went south. Nah, can't say that was a good view. Um, Okay. Let's see if it doesn't freak out this time. Okay, it imported it. Look at that. It actually did its job. Alright. I supported a doxing machine. Bro, I don't know what you're saying, bro. You want to clarify? Alright, I'm gonna go live again on my computer. I'm always gonna keep the live going, but I'm just moving on my computer. Alright, let's figure out this. That was tripping. I think my computer's high or something. I don't know. We back. We back. We back. We back. We back. All right. So let's just share. Right, supported and aided a doxing machine. Okay. I'll see about this. We got my computer crashing out. We got chat crashing out. We got all kinds of stuff going on. All right, so let's just see what happens.
He won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante.
From the beginning. See how this looks. Making a banger documentary.
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
I didn't dismiss that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna crop probably.
Attorney General Josh Call said in the release that he wants predator sting.
All right.
Attorney General Josh.
Okay, where am I gonna go here?
Martha.
Right here. This is where I'm gonna start it. Start it right here. And I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna delete the ripple effect. Boom!
Attorney General Josh Call said in the release that he wants predator stings to be done by the professionals and wants less what's being called vigilante justice. These kinds of stings are illegal and he says can do more harm than good in putting a potential child predator away.
You are a predator.
Stay away from our kids.
Okay. Now we're gonna cut that out. Fuck that. Let's go back. Oh, actually, what's chat saying? Also, you didn't lose anything. Nah, we're good. We're doing good. Unfortunately, my computer, I think, took a couple of my shrooms and it's kind of having a hard time. But, yeah, so I'm kind of out of shrooms a little bit. So, I didn't know my computer liked shrooms. I don't know. I'm actually gonna look for that. They think go back. Let's see your link. Yeah, thanks for the link, by the way, because that's a golden clip. I think that is a one. It's giving me an ad. All right, I'm definitely gonna buy these coffee beans that I don't need. To watch what I'm about to watch. Okay. And there's no sound. Oh.
Online investigators after a recent confrontation with a teacher's.
Oh, I have my volume booster up. That's loud as fuck. Hold up.
Aid went viral.
Yeah, the Muncie predator catchers accused that man of trying to meet a 14-year-old boy.
Let's see.
But as Fox 59's Max Lewis shows us now, the prosecutor says these confrontations are dangerous and potentially harmful to the case.
The Muncie predator catchers' latest bust happened over the weekend when they confronted this 62-year-old man outside a Muncie restaurant. One of the group's leaders, Sean Denali, had been communicating with him, pretending to be a 14-year-old boy.
So we started communicating. I let him know that I was 14 years old. He continued that conversation, where he eventually got sexual.
As they've done countless times before, they confronted him at a meetup point and live streamed it online. The group says it's gotten suspected predators arrested in numerous counties and states.
Ultimately, the goal is prosecution, convictions.
But Delaware County Prosecutor Eric Hoffman is
That's
having
him.
none of it. As he's done before, he spoke out about what he calls online vigilantes and says his biggest concern is safety.
If somebody, pulls a gun and opens fire, an innocent person is going to get killed. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
And not to mention the numerous legal and ethical complications he says the group brings with it, like posting its confrontations online and other constitutional issues.
They'll have to follow the Fourth Amendment search and seizure rules, the Fifth Amendment Miranda.
Yeah, because we're cops, right? We need to follow Fourth Amendment rules because we're seizing devices and we're cops. The fuck you talking about, you fucking Patrick-looking dumb bitch? I'm talking to the DA. Sorry.
Rules. They're no longer just citizens anymore. They're an agent of the state.
Hoffman.
So all of a sudden, just because we're catching a pedophile, just because we're gathering info from a pedophile, all of a sudden we just magically turn into agents of the state. Boom. If you want to be an agent of the state, just catch a pedophile. That's all you have to do, and you'll be an agent of the state. This guy knows what he's talking about.
Hoffman has refused to take any cases the group has forwarded to him. The predator catchers say it's disappointing.
It concerns me as a parent of this community. It concerns a lot of people in this community. Why are you not even looking into it?
Hoffman says he's explained the issues to them before, and they haven't listened.
They can try to bully me and push me around all they want on the internet. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I'd be concerned too if this Patrick Star looking motherfucker is just like not taking any cases just because he doesn't feel like it. He's trying to sound like he knows what he's talking about. I don't know. He got dressed that morning. I feel like he's in his position. I feel like he must know the law. He just is trying to bullshit his constituents with ridiculous arguments. That shit ridiculous.
In Muncie, Max Lewis.
But yeah, that is a clip I was looking for, and I will absolutely use it. And thank you, Be Kind, for providing that because it will be gold. All right, so let me figure this out. I think I'm gonna send that link because YouTube's kind of being weird. I can't really send it to. I'm just gonna email it to myself. I'm gonna title the email Patrick. All right. All right. Yeah, he's gonna make the documentary. He's gonna make it after all. And then I'm gonna go on dig into Dr. Phil. I'm gonna play a little bit of that. But I'm actually just gonna have it playing just all this ridiculousness for a while just to set the tone. And then I'm gonna start kind of doing some commentary about it. All right. Gmail. I got sent the Patrick one. All right. Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna set up OBS. Is even the headline is disingenuous. Delaware County prosecutor. Oh, I thought it said something about cautions. The headline doesn't match what I just saw right there. It's so loud. It's like screaming at me. All right, hold on. Let's see what I'm gonna do here. I'm going to. All right, that's muted. I'm gonna start recording. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, Tom Wood. I don't know what the fuck that's about. All right, so Ryan supported and aided in your doxing box. Guilty as hell. All right. So, I need to import. Oh, wait, first of all, I need to bring it to video to. Hold on, I don't even know what the fuck. I'm gonna stop sharing for that moment. Just gotta figure some stuff out. I gotta bring that. I gotta do a couple things here. Yeah, files. Wait, is it this one?
Counties and state.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, because I dragged it. That's why it's gone. Boom. I got it in the documentary folder. All right, now I'm going to put that back up. My graphics, my computer is really getting kind of weird. That's kind of I kind of was just like dragging the cursor up, and then it was like pixelating. Oh yeah, more JD Colfax. People in their long game of sucking bits out of Ryan are not correct. He's ruined. Okay. So I'm gonna share Premiere. I'll just read it next time though, because hold on. Sharing. It's not doing what I said to do. All right, hold up. It's highlighting all of them. Nope. All right, so now I got it. All right, now I got it. All right. Oh, did Premiere just crash? Hold on. Oh, I can't share. Now it's trying to say I can't share Premiere. So I could share Premiere, and now I can't. That's insane. Okay, there we go. All right, let's just start from the top.
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
I didn't dismiss that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
Attorney General Josh Call said in the release that he wants predator stings to be done by the professionals and wants less what's being called vigilante justice. These kinds of stings are illegal and he says can do more harm than good in putting a potential child predator away.
You are a predator.
Stay away from our kids.
Okay, before that, I want to trim it.
These stings are illegal and he says can do more harm than good in putting a potential child predator away.
Okay. Now,
Catchers accused that man of trying to meet a 14-year-old boy, but as Fox 59's Max Lewis shows.
Way.
okay.
Delaware County prosecutors publicly criticizing a group of online investigators after a recent confrontation with a teacher's aide went viral.
Yeah, the Muncie Predator catchers accused that man of trying to meet a 14-year-old boy, but as Fox 59's Max Lewis shows us now, the prosecutor says these confrontations are dangerous and potentially harmful to the case.
The Muncie Predator catchers' latest bust happened over the weekend when they confronted this 62-year-old man outside a Muncie restaurant. One of the group's leaders, Sean Denali, had been communicating with him, pretending to be a 14-year-old boy.
So we started communicating. I let him know that I was 14 years old. He continued that conversation.
Oh, I didn't want to do that.
Done countless times before, they confronted him at a meetup point and live streamed it online. The group says it's gotten suspected predators arrested in numerous counties and states.
Ultimately, the goal is prosecution, convictions.
But Delaware County prosecutor Eric Hoffman is having none of it. As he's done before, he spoke out about what he calls online vigilantes and says his biggest concern is safety.
If somebody, pulls a gun.
None of it. As he's done before, he spoke out about what he calls online vigilantes and says his biggest concern is safety.
If somebody, pulls a gun and opens fire, an innocent person is going to get killed. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
And not to mention the numerous legal and ethical complications he says the group brings with it, like posting its confrontations online and other constitutional issues.
They'll have to follow the Fourth Amendment search and seizure rules, the Fifth Amendment Miranda rules. They're no longer just citizens anymore. They're an agent of the state.
Hoffman has refused to take any cases the group has forwarded to him.
I think I'm going to leave it there with that. Just like when he says that dumb comment about being an agent of the state.
Catchers say it's disappointing.
It concerns me as a parent of this community. It concerns.
Hoffman has refused to take any cases the group has forwarded to him. The predator catchers say it's disappointing.
It concerns me as a parent of this community.
Yeah, I think that's actually perfect.
Before, he spoke out about what he calls online vigilantes and says his biggest concern is safety.
If somebody, pulls a gun and opens fire, an innocent person is going to get killed. I mean, it's just a matter.
Triple delete.
Before, he spoke out about what he calls online vigilantes and says his biggest concern is safety.
If somebody, pulls a gun and opens fire, an innocent person is going to get killed. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
And not to mention the numerous legal and ethical complications he says the group brings with it, like posting its confrontations online and other constitutional issues.
They'll have to follow the Fourth Amendment search and seizure rules, the Fifth Amendment Miranda rules. They're no longer just citizens anymore. They're an agent of the state.
Hoffman has refused to take any cases the group has forwarded to him. The predator catchers say it's disappointing.
It concerns me as a parent of this community.
All right. So, yeah, I think that looks good. I think I'm actually just gonna. I think I will do. I'll pin the link, but I will time you out for like a day. But I will pin the link. Might get some content out of it. All right. So let's see how this looks so far. I think now I want to do some some of the commentary type stuff.
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
I didn't dismiss that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
Attorney General Josh Call said in a release that he wants predator stings to be done by the professionals and wants less what's being called vigilante justice. These kinds of stings are illegal and he says can do more harm than good, putting a potential child predator away.
Before, he spoke out about what he calls online vigilantes and says his biggest concern is safety.
If somebody, pulls a gun and opens fire, an innocent person is going to get killed. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
And not to mention the numerous legal and ethical complications he says the group brings with it, like posting its confrontations online and other constitutional issues.
They'll have to follow the Fourth Amendment search and seizure rules, the Fifth Amendment Miranda rules. They're no longer just citizens anymore. They're an agent of the state.
Hoffman has refused to take any cases the group has forwarded to him. The predator catchers say it's disappointing.
It concerns me as a parent of this community.
All right. Yeah, right there. I'm going to start taking some notes about what to do. Yeah, right there. Use ChatGPT for this. Okay, so I pretty much just started. I put a couple screenshots, a couple clips, documentary background music. Seems to be good so far for the first minute. I think now I'm ready to kind of give my introduction part and start kind of making my case against kind of even some of the clips and just kind of point out that the arguments are just horrible. So I think what I want to do is I want to kind of relay what those are, so you can note them and summarize them so I can remember it. Hold on. All right.
Absolutely. This is the perfect moment to lock in your intro arguments while everything is still fresh. Here's what we'll do. You tell me each argument, clip, point you want to make, one by one. I'll summarize, organize, and structure them. I'll turn them into a clean reference list you can pull from while recording your intro narration. This way, nothing gets lost and you can build a tight, powerful opening case. One mishtak. How we'll organize your arguments. Each point you give me will be placed into one of these folders. 1. Public misconceptions, media framing, screenshots and headlines. Predator catchers are vigilantes, untrained amateurs, obstructing justice, dangerous confrontations. 2. False arguments used against predator catching, the ones you want to debunk. Example categories you might want to give me. Only police should do this. It's not real journalism. They're trying to be cops. It causes chaos. They ruin cases. They provoke people. They're doing it for views. 3. Clear evidence of the double standard, clips you're using. Mitch McConnell collapsing, no journalists charged. OPP fainting clip, catchers charged. Ambush journalism being legally protected. Aggressive political confrontations, Project Veritas ambushes. TMZs, paparazzi chasing people. 4. Your constitutional argument. Your thesis. Predator catching equals investigative journalism. Protected by First Amendment. Citizen reporting is legal. No law defines vigilante journalism. Only predator catchers get labeled this way. This framing is ideological, not legal. Have 5. Your narrative purpose. Your voice inside the documentary. Why you're
Yo. You good?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, so that sounded weird. You're there, Ryan?
Yes.
Remember years ago when I actually had your phone number, which I probably still do, when I texted you sometimes when people were hacking you to pieces, and I'm like, you don't have to take that shit. Remember that? I did do that.
Wait, so you text me about me being hacked?
Hacked, not hacked is in that meaning. In being, people were attacking you, and I was like, you don't have to take that shit. Hacking at you that way, computer-wise. Anyway, that's nothing. The point is, you've left Dunya, and why were you there so long? Why were you not with Dunya? Then you were with Dunya, and what did you learn? Is Dunya a doxing bureau?
So, I mean, if the question is like what I learned, well, I would kind of just say like what contributed to it. A lot of it was the truth was very muddy. So the same like people that I would kind of notice would lie about me would also kind of say what they were saying about Nunya, even though there were kind of clear signs about what was going on. Kind of very similar probably what happened with the Ed situation, where people are just wrong about Ed, and I was wrong about Nunya.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That makes 100%. Wait a minute. Did you say anything at all? What the hell was that? You worked for Dunya like a doxing freak. It was unbelievable. You worked for her. I know. I saw one time, I can't remember the incident, but you know how like the things flare up in this community. Like there's a thing. There was a thing going on. I don't know, 7 months ago, a year ago, whatever. But it was a thing going on, and Nunya was doing the thing. Somebody's disgraced, and here's somebody's home, and all that. And you came up, you had been out in the world, and you didn't know anything about it. And you immediately went, what's going on? Do you want me to go live? That's what you said to Dunya. And when you said that, it meant that you had no idea of the issue at the time. But you were so willingly, I'm your soldier, I'll go live. And you didn't even know what the issue was. That's you, Ryan. Explain that. You soldier for Dunya.
I mean, I don't work for anyone, and I probably would just go live. Wait, what did you say was the issue?
I don't know. That's the thing. You didn't know either.
Well, I'm asking you. You said you know.
Because I was watching the issue unfold. Because, one thing happens after another. But at that minute, I knew, of course, what it was. But I knew it, and you didn't. You knew nothing. You just come into your place or whatever. You just got online, and you went, "What? What? What's going on, Nanya? Do you want me to go live? Do you want me to go live?" That's what you asked her in a fervent way, and you didn't even know the issue. You just took it as a soldier of Dunya. I said, "Do you want me to go live? What do I need to do?" And it doesn't matter what the issue actually was. Is that's what you did. That was your spring into. You want to spring into action for her. That's what you did.
I mean, I'm not really clear on like exactly what it's about, but I mean, if someone's like, I'd like going live, so I probably was just going live to go live.
Mm-hmm. So you sweep that away. It's never happened.
I go live kind of sometimes for no reason, you know.
Did you ever go live in the sake of Dunya?
I could go live in the sake of like anything. I mean, it could be like, doesn't really matter what it is.
Sake of Dunya.
What?
Only and solely did you ever go live for the sake of Dunya?
I mean, I don't really remember too well, but it could be about anything.
Could be. You could be showing interesting baskets at the basket weaving store. But did you ever go live for the sake of Dunya to carry on some kind of horrible attack on other people in the community?
I mean, it's too vague to answer. And like to go live to carry out an attack on the community.
You made me get specific, and I got specific, and now it's too vague. How deep were you in the Nunya world? Why did you love her so much?
I I don't feel like we're loving anyone. It's the internet.
What was that?
I mean, you're talking about like loving people? Like we're on the internet. It's not like people are loving each other. What do you mean?
Oh boy! Oh, the deflection, rubber bouncing, diddly-doo. You loved Dunya. You worked for her like nonstop.
I worked for her? What does that mean?
You worked in her interests, which could be harming other people. Would generally be her interests.
I mean, that's too vague. Like you're saying, like what kind of harm? Like about what? Like,
did you ever learn anything about, say, Jersey Stang, and go, Nunya, guess what? I got this info.
You're saying Nunya, I got this info. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it is true. Like I kind of did overlook the Jersey Stang thing.
Oh, yeah. You're showing yourself.
But I'm not sure what the info.
Does the note of nobility can go on forever? I never tire of the solidarity. Look at you would have done anything. You were seen as a shield for Nunya. You would have done anything for her. Did you work on material that had to do with other people in the community? Did you say, and just because I say Jersey Stang, that's one example. Did you say, Nunya, I have this material on Jersey Stang? Did you
material on Jersey Stang? What does that mean?
He bogs down on that. Okay. Did you do it to anybody? Did you do it about anybody else? Did you send Nunya info on, like, I've got some info on this guy, that guy, woman, or that cunt Missy?
Like, no info. I don't have any info on anyone. No, not info.
Right. This is, yes, you have no info.
Info on Jersey, info on Missy? Nah.
Yes, and you can sweep it all the way because I said anybody, over and over. And because I did bring up Jersey Stang or that whore Missy or whatever, but, you can't, You worked for Nunya. You were Nunya is a doxing bureau, and you slaved for her for I don't know how long that was, a year, whatever. You got rejected by everybody else because of your slowness. And
How do you find like working for? Like, what does that even mean?
you every moment of your focus was you hear something in the community, and you, if it was bad about somebody else, you rushed to Mama Nunya to take it to her. How many times did you rush to Mama Nunya with a thing that went, I got some news for you, and it would be a negative thing about another person? And you cannot say that it was 0 times. You cannot say.
I mean, it's too vague, though. I mean, like, I don't even know what you mean by like like a story about someone. I mean, like, sometimes people do something in chat, people do something on stream. I mean, we probably talk. I don't know, like, just in any space, probably like talked about it. Like, what do you mean?
That was.
It's not a specific question. You're not asking a specific question.
No, you should. The current White House, I think you should work there. Yeah, not specific. The specific part was, how many times did you rush to Nunya with a piece of info on somebody in the community?
A piece of info, like, so, like a docs, like info?
You are just.
I mean, like, I'm just having you define, like, what you mean by info.
Classic Ryan. Classic Ryan. Oh my God. You should spaz out at this point. This is ridiculous. Did you ever discuss people in this community with
With
wait, what? That's like ridiculous. Building block. Like, all right. And it's already, wait, what? Did you discuss people in this community with Nunya? Privately?
I mean, like, well, in Slack, obviously, that's community stuff we talked about.
Oh, God.
Wait, we consider that private? What do you mean?
And what did you discuss about people in the community with Nunya?
So you want me to summarize and have me remember, like, however long it was in Slack and just dish it all that out right now? Like, how could I do that?
Well, how do you want to explain your way out of working with a doxing bitch that, here's the thing is, she's a person that.
No, I never doxed.
Let's put it this way. She's a person that takes any person in this community that says something negative about her. She is a person who takes it to the level of calling their family, their workplace, or something. All of these horrible things, which are pretty much crimes by doing it. She does that, and you work for her. So explain that.
I mean, like, do you mean, I think, like, JD actually called Nunya's work because, like, she was saying something about, like, being black or something stupid, actually. And she claimed that like Dr. Pay or whatever. But now they seem like they're friends, so it seems like that's unlikely that occurred.
No, you're blocking everything, and I have a weird feeling that in my loins about what's her name, Misty, and I want to say lol to her for some reason because I can't type in your chat anymore. But come on now, you are blocking everything in the most. You put up like little powder puffs everywhere. Like, I don't know. Come on, man. You were a rabid Nunya Knight. And Nunya does nothing but dox and harm people. All they have to do is say there's the slightest little thing against it. It could be somebody, aside from all the people that have been known and faced and everything in this community for years, it could be somebody just goes like, this bitch sounds stupid. And Nunya will have a whole team investigating who said that, what's that, and you participated in it. You did,
I mean, yeah, like I would say though, it didn't become clear probably until that stream of Old Lady Ghost Hunter, because I could clearly see that like she was leading on that she had cancer, for example. And she was showing like a pimple and it was inconsistent with, like headaches you get from brain cancer or whatever she was talking about. So up until then, I think at first it was probably like realizing that there was just a lot of doxing going on, so I can't be tied to it anymore, even though pretty much all I would really do is just be there in Slack. Like I didn't really have an active role. But then when the Lady Ghost Hunter stream happened, it just was very blatant to me that like, no, this is actually bad and this is a scheme and I should speak up against it. Like before I was actually just gonna distance myself peacefully, but then I'm saying it's something bigger. And even the money that I helped raise went to apparently a scam.
Well, I guess. But the point is, you were with her all along. You were rabid, and you're lying when you try and pretend like doxing. But this Ghost Hunter thing is this connected with the other video that came out showing that Nunya is connected to James Pittman. And that's not a dox. I mean, really, because it's there. James Pittman. And then James Pittman gets automatically linked by looking at the two of them together. It goes to he is a guy running or semi-running of Golfers Against Brain Cancer charity. Is that what you mean?
Well, I mean, that came out like super recent though.
I know, but it's Nunya and her guy, and she claimed, just like you just said, like, oh, look at my brain cancer. And I believe if the Tommy Boy thing is correct, it did say that there were 3 people that were that were kind of hit up for like, give me for my brain cancer. With brain cancer mentioned, apparently, like I have brain cancer, but I'm at the cancer center for my brain center cancer. So the point is like, so are you saying that that whole thing about the connection between Nunya and her bestie friend business partner, who's also a guy with a brain cancer charity that he works for? What do you think about that? What's going on here? What?
No, I mean, I think they're both probably part of some kind of like big scam going on. That's what. Like, what do I think about that? But one that just came out. You kind of muddled a bunch of things at once, so it's kind of hard to understand you to respond.
I'll give you that. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very big mix of weirdness, but But the thing about that guy being a brain cancer charity guy, and the thing, like where it came out, and I would love to know where this came out. Apparently, it came out like in the middle of the night, and then people were freaking in the morning, and I missed that too. But later in the morning, I find people were arguing it or mentioning it. Is that oh shit? I lost my mind. What am I talking about? Is that come on that brain cancer thing? That sorry. No, it was just so. I lost my mind. I don't know. It's so blurry and weird.
So okay. So I think we're talking about. I mean, none of that was a question, but I mean, yeah. I would say like as far as like maybe like this comment and stuff like that. Bobby Joe did with Jersey, showing amounts and dates, clearing to get scam, not genuine hardship. So, I mean, here's the thing. It's like it did get to a point because, like, pretty much, it's not like like all sides weren't just like lying on all directions to each other this entire time. Like, what happened in 2016?
Ah.
Like my default position was that people from the other side were lying. So I just think like, yeah, that's really kind of led into that kind of thinking until kind of the Lady Ghost Hunter stream.
All right. I have somehow had some kind of seizure that has made me lose what I was getting at, and I thank you for you were right there with me, and you often lie and obfuscate, but you were right there with me, and I lost the trail. But the thing is about that golf charity that James, the literal thing, that video was terrible, but if you look at that shit, James was directly connected with Dunya, and with hot links. You're maybe too stupid to know what that means, but anybody should know. As in, like a thing that you look this up and it's like see not commonly common in the four names, and his name had a hot link to his other. It would have been the same for anybody else if they had other things that were picked up by this site, but his had a hot link that went directly to the cancer charity, and that stinks. You know what I mean? Like, she is claiming 3 times brain cancer, or alluding to 3 times brain cancer, and her business partner turns out to at hot link go over, and he is a number 2-ish guy at a huge brain cancer charity, and that charity website actually says, it looks like they do really good work with, they send money to Johns Hopkins and stuff like that, but it also says that they do individual families and things like that. I mean, like, nobody knows, nobody can say for sure, but it is possible that somebody could write a check to Dunya from a high position there. Can't say it was possible, can't say it was done. Sue me and take this shit away. But it's ridiculous. Like the connections, it's not like just weekly wafty connections. It's like direct connections. Nanya is a business partner with a guy that is deeply involved in a brain cancer charity, and she has 3 times, so we've been told, been connected with claiming that. Your
I don't know. Possibly. I mean, that video came out very recent.
Have you not seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. The only thing I kind of noticed was like I wasn't able to, like, it didn't go back to Grifty. Like, it didn't go back to that name. That was kind of like a weird thing I found. So that could kind of show some sketchiness going on, but not sure what.
Oh my god!
But
I forgot that I heard when somewhere in the middle of this scandal, I heard you talk. Oh my god! You did talk about. You went. It doesn't sound like Grifty, and I thought you more once again double plus ultra. I thought you were retarded, and as in doing the whole thing about some guy named Grifty, which is him, but you, it was so stupid, as in like, doesn't seem like what Grifty would do, or it's like, man, this guy partnered with Nanya to set out on the seas of the internet as an LLC and make money and do something to make content, and look what they done. They grifted off of everyone possible. Give me another heater, or that was you. All these things, and it's just they just grifted off of everyone possible, and they keep creating like the wars of like that side, this side. There's not even this side anymore, really. You know what I mean? Unless you consider mentally ill Warbot the side. Yeah, I sucked him off today. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, the whole thing is almost dead. The entire community is dead, except for the final arguments. And you have been mostly on the wrong side. You were on Nunya's side. You defended her like mad. Explain that.
So I mean, I feel like this is kind of like a drunk version of like Sam's discernment argument. But I would just say that like just like I was wrong about Nunya, you were wrong about Ed. Your people were wrong about Ed. I mean, you like slept in the same house as a pedophile and went on a Florida trip. Did you not defend Ed?
Who's Ed? Oh, he's right over here in the chair. Do you want to talk to him? It's ridiculous.
But still, like, the same argument applies. Like, kind of, you're saying, like, how could you not see the signs? Like, the same thing you kind of say.
Hey, Brian.
You.
Brian, when do you think I met Ed?
I don't know.
When do you think?
I mean, I have no idea. Like, I know you guys, like, physically met at the Florida trip. I mean, like, when you guys start talking, like...
There you go. Yeah. So you have to,
like
9 times out of...
I think it's not... I think, actually, I don't know what year it was, but probably when you were, like, that other account, and then you changed to your real name or whatever, because that was when Ed was talking about you. Was it then? I don't know. But
I've never changed names. There's
no, you were like the Tommy. That you were like a Tommy account. I forget what it was. you were another account. It wasn't JD Colfax.
Oh, that one. You're right about that. Shane McPhillips.
Yeah, you were that account, and then
And I did good. I did my work and I did good business. There's a lot of people asking for my time. I did nothing but expose truth after truth after truth after truth. As Shane McPhillips, he was. I miss him. I'd like to suck Shane McPhillips. I'd like to suck his cock. He did a good job.
all right, not really sure I see to that.
Anyway,
Ask me a question.
what were you blocking for old days? Yeah. You know, frankly, Ryan, your career has been awful. You know, as in like you're this way, you're that way, you try so hard for clout to stay somewhere, and you attach yourself like a tick to Nunya. Are you at all ashamed of your association with Nunya?
Not really, because I kind of have like a good reason to. Because like when everyone's just like lying, it's like a community of like lies. It's very difficult for anyone to tell what's true.
Mhm.
So
So you clung to Nunya for the truth?
I mean, there's lies in general. Kind of on all sides. So
You clung to Nunya for the truth, you little bitch.
clung to Nunya?
You clung to her. You were, looking at her teats online. Like, literally, you'd be like, "What can I do, Nunya? What can I do?" Like, you were begging and chomping at the bit to serve her.
All right, we're kind of rambling. How much drinks are you in? Is this responsible?
Rambling.
Or
How dare you call that rambling?
kind of.
You did it like nonstop. And I'm not talking about like what I'm guessing behind the scenes, which is even worse. But you like literally, you would come up and go like, "What do I need to do? Do you want me to go live?" Like you would you lit in front of my eyes. You frantically threw yourself like, "What, Nadia? What? What's going on? I'll go live." You threw yourself at
I
her.
do laugh. I do go laugh. Go laugh for any kind of reason.
What now? I think there was legitimately. I think there was a warp. I missed something.
I mean, I'm trying to like piece what you're saying. Kind of difficult to understand. I mean, yeah. This is kind of like literally like a drunk version of what like Sam came up to say on the stream. But yeah, pretty much the same answer.
Sam did what now?
Yeah, Sam kind of said like something very similar, kind of what you're saying, but it was just kind of it wasn't a drunk version, but it's kind of saying like, why didn't you see like the signs, I guess, or something like that? I don't know.
Oh, drunk.
Or
Well, one, nobody knows what you're talking about. Whatever Sam said, you just babbled that in, like anybody would know what's in your head about a memory of something Sam said. And two, Sam is mentally ill and should be killed. But three, it's that doesn't have anything to do with what's going on right now.
what are you saying?
I'm saying you work for Nunya. You work for her hard, and you work for her to harm other people. Is that not true?
Unknowingly. As far as like not work for it, but like the GoFundMe probably unknowingly.
and you passed on information to her that
Well, like, information though. Well, like, what do you mean, like, by information? Like, I pass information?
information that could be harmful to other people, especially like addresses and phone numbers. You did that.
I gave Nunya addresses and phone numbers.
Didn't you?
I don't believe I did. No. Addresses and phone numbers.
But if Dunya was being attacked by her lying, awful, cheating ways, did you not immediately come up and to defend her blindly?
I
Come on.
mean, in general, I would defend like kind of people I'd be aligned with, like and me, kind of, because like something that kind of was true is like the same people that were kind of going at Nunya were also lying about me. That's kind of what I'm kind of saying is, from my perspective, that made a lot of sense. That was like my understanding of what was true.
So the people that were calling you retarded and whatnot, you took that as you could take revenge by hooking into Nunya and getting it further spread.
Nah, I have no idea what you just said.
No, you were a retarded little bastard, and you clung to Nunya, and you took her as a big umbrella of protecting you.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I would say, like, what I said was the same people that were lying about me were also accusing Nunya of stuff, even though there were signs. So that was my inclination.
Do you have any shame at all about your association with Nunya?
I mean, like maybe that like there's kind of some like lesson there, but like honestly, if that's kind of like there should be importance about like not just like making up a bunch of stuff, because at a certain point no one will know what is true and what isn't true. So like too much of that's been going on, so I kind of blame my environment a little bit.
But you do. Aren't there texts of you sending Nunya like, I got some dirty shit on, Mr. Jones, as if Mr. Jones was a person in the community. Mr. Jones and Mr. Smith. I got some dirt on Smith. I got some dirt on Jones. Is that not you, Ryan? Is that not you? Is there no such thing as a text like that?
No.
I don't believe it. You did do it. You did do it. And of course, the names would be real. Yeah, you are so easy to, gloss over. But, Jones could be Jersey. It could be anything. You helped.
I mean, you also like. Here's the thing, though. Like, I could I could throw the exact same thing back at you, and like anyone that supported Ed. Like, there was a document saying that his house was raided because of CP. His story wasn't adding up. There's a lot of science there, and maybe like there were some people saying some lies about you, and maybe that was your inclination of why you thought maybe they were also lying about Ed. Because I can point to a lot of things that I'd be kind of shocked that you didn't see through Ed before even the second drop of paperwork came out. Like I could say the exact same thing about like anyone that
Well,
supported it. And the reason for that is the environment of lies.
say it. Say the exact same thing because I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know what Ed is?
Joint. Yes, I know who Ed is.
You didn't know you supported him? You didn't go on a trip with them?
That's the thing you're going to cling to like that?
Of course I'll cling to it, because it's like it's the exact same principle throwing it back.
Yeah, I sent him like $60 last week. He was
You sent a pedophile $60? Damn.
Yeah, he was complaining that he didn't have enough money for Thanksgiving. I love Ed. I had sex with Ed, and you people are ridiculous with that. You know what I mean? I got hooked into that thing in like, I don't know. I got 4 days notice, maybe 4 days notice, and it's like I'm like, what? Do you want to go? Yeah, okay. And I goddamn dare you, any one of you, at the way things were at that time, that you would have rejected the offer. It was amazing to me. I sit here in this room and I fucking choke myself to death. Do I want to go to Florida on some petty catches? Yes, I did. You call that supporting Ed. I'm not even sure I knew when I said, like, oh, God, yes, I'll go to Sam. I'm not even sure I knew who else would go. Fuck yeah, I said, yeah. Anybody in this fucking community would have gone. But you want to go on a big...
But did you not say that, like, not talking about that document was somehow deflecting off of, like, Tommy or something?
What document now?
Well, the original document that that the poster got raided, which we all knew about. I think you said.
Oh, are
you suggesting that it's something to do with deflecting off of something with Tommy?
Are you switching to a document now? When
the document about Ed,
about me and my guilt about Ed, as in about 4 days before the trip.
It's not even the trip.
After the trip. I did. And who, after all this broke, went online and I did a short, blunt thing of like, well, look, this is the way it was. He slept on the couch with his boots on and and all that. I gave what I could. I did what I could. How could I know beforehand, and et cetera, et cetera. And
how can you know after?
I did what I could. I brought out what I could, which was bad about him. Like he puked on these catches. I brought that days as soon as that was all broken. That's what I said, and I'm a independent person that saw this, and I brought it up.
You defended him after.
How do you connect me with Ed?
Because you defended him.
4 days before I was invited to a catch that he also.
It's not even. It's not even about the Florida trip. It's after you adamantly defended him. I remember it. There are clips of it online. Can't really deny it. And there were a lot of signs that wasn't adding up. Just like you're kind of saying, like the exact same argument you're making about Nunya, I could make the exact same argument about it for you.
Well, then why don't you answer it? Because yours with Nunya is so recent. You only just recently.
Why does it matter if it's recent?
You only just recently broke up with her after sucking her teeth so long and acting as a total bombastic thing for Nunya. That's what you done did recently. And
why does it matter if it's recent?
You knew who Nunya was before you joined her. I didn't know anything about it.
You knew he was a CP suspect.
I didn't know nothing.
Well, what's the difference between now, like what you knew about Ed and what I knew about Nunya?
because you had so long, outrageously long, to know about the Nunya and the way she operates, and you joined her when you got somewhat shunned by the other side. You willingly joined her. You
willingly supported it.
As far as Ed, you are joining me with it. You are welding me to Ed in ways that doesn't apply.
It does apply.
You joined Nunya. You joined Nunya. I didn't join Ed.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You absolutely did. It's the exact same thing. And there's no argument to pretend that that's not true.
No, I am the one of all of those that you shame for the trip. And remember, there's always one, a gorgeous, wonderful girl.
It's not even the trip.
There's
a
gorgeous, wonderful girl.
After
that was on that trip. There was a gorgeous, wonderful decoy girl who works nonstop in this community. She's not known, but she was on that trip too. And you won't blame her, and I don't want
of course. Because
well,
no, hold on. Because not once have I ever heard anything from her defending Ed about the CP document. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard her go on panels and be Ed's bitch. I've never heard that.
Housewife whose life was ruined by.
What's the difference?
Why would you? I don't want to bring her up in a clear way, but she was there. Why, you don't. I don't.
Very clear difference because she didn't defend Ed. I haven't seen her on panels defending Ed.
Ed? You fucking idiot! Within a month when the fallout happened, I did a whole 15-minute thing, and so, well, what I know is blah blah blah, and I did bring up horrible things. Ed is puking on the couches. I brought it all up. So shut up.
Oh, you said he puked on the couch. That's really tough on him, but you still defended the case against him.
No, I did. I totally went like, look, here. I gave you worst information that I could possibly personally know, and so it's not in my realm to have a problem with this. It's not mine. It's only idiots like you that want to go like, defender, defender. You fucking idiot. Don't you understand? You why don't you look back in time and see that like a month had happened and the thing kept just going crazy, and I went and I did like my address to the nation, like, yeah, well, Ed was kind of drugged up and puking on the couch. I did all that. I did it. So
what?
Don't tell me that I went on to have a 2.5 year career of defending Ed, you fucking idiot.
Did you call him in jail?
No, I did not.
Were you in the jail calls? But either way, like I could easily dig up clips right now where you were disregarding the document that dropped that showed that his host was rated for CP, and
you
were on that side until the second drop.
Do you want an answer question? Did I call him in jail or somehow he called me? The answer is no. He called me and I never accepted the call.
I said suspect and you said I'm wrong. Prove I'm wrong. I sent you the document.
Well, it's not a suspect, Ryan.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, you're thick, bro.
Did you see the legal document? It says child porn and it says S for suspect. Did you see what I sent you?
Yeah, I saw
What
what
was
you
the date
sent
on
me
that
for the
document? What was
fifth
that
fucking
document related
time.
Okay, why don't you share what I sent you then? Because it literally says Ed's name and
Ryan,
S
you're
for
doing what-
suspect.
I asked you specifically not to do this. Please find evidence of crime.
And also, is Locksmith wrong or lying when he says?
So like you were on the panel right there, like on that panel. You're like you're drunk like you are now, and you're right there.
This
Well,
document
listen, dum-dum.
suspect because it totally does.
I acknowledge that it says that.
It says,
If
Pretty
he
sure.
document is forged,
Yeah, then the PNN one too. No, not PNN. Predator Catcher Drama.
Hey, are you here? Are you be here now, or are you here, or what are you doing? Because I don't know what that was.
So like I mean I'm just like easily gonna dig up a bunch of clips, but like, are you really gonna say that you weren't defending Ed
You were
during that time from the CP thing? Because who cares about someone vomiting? Who gives a shit? But about the child porn issue.
damn it. Fuck. Worst thing in the world is to be Ryan, as in the answer is so obvious, but I forgot what it is. But it ain't what Ryan said. Oh, the jail calls. Guess what, bitch? I avoided that. He called a couple of times. I just pretended not to understand how it was. And this is obvious and true and known. And but the one jail call where he finally Sam flew me in again to Florida, and Sam was in the room, and Ed called him, and he handed the phone over to me. So then I spoke to Ed. But you cannot, the idea of like in touch or helping or doing anything is moot, ridiculously moot.
Looks like Predator Catcher Drama took down that the video. But you were definitely in there defending it.
I didn't call him. He didn't call me.
Did you defend him against the CP allegations?
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't think so?
Within about a month, as things started settling, I screwed him. I said, like, Ed was puking on the couches.
Who cares?
Shut up! Who cares?
Like, literally, who cares?
At the time, it was very important, and everyone said
It's not important. Like, nothing
everyone
other than
was
the thing is important.
on, hey, what else can I give? What else can I give? You little dunce. Don't you fucking go, it's unimportant. At the time, it was very important. I screwed him by going like, he was puking on the couches. And it was very important at the time. So don't you say...
It's not important, though. Like, it's literally not important at all. Like, the only thing that's important is that you...
Okay, what's important? What's important right now?
After the document drop, and you defended him, despite that. Like, the same way you're trying to argue that somehow I ignored the signs about Nanya.
Where's that? Where's my big, giant defense billboard renting for Ed? Where's that?
Well, Predator Catcher Drama like nuked their channel or something. But
so it's gone. So where?
It just came up.
Why don't you bring up where I crazily defended Ed on something? Where did I defend?
Are you saying you didn't?
In your own memory, me defending Ed. Ed should be in the.
Well, I do remember that there was a time when you somehow thought it was a deflection off of something Tommy was doing. Like, I think it was, I think specifically, it was about like every time it was talked about Ed, you would just kind of deflect and talk about Tommy. Like that was what I remember.
What do
I could
I
probably
know
see
about Ed?
behind it. What?
What would I ever know about Ed? You know, I mean, it was such a brief thing. Why should I have any taint from that? Why? It's insane. And if I have the taint, why doesn't White Christy, have the taint? And I don't want it on her. She's a wonderful woman, but why? You know what I mean? Like, you can't taint everybody. You can't pick.
So I'll make it like real simple. So like after that document dropped where it showed that his house got raided, did you believe that meant that he had CP? At that time?
I think he moved it over next door to the garage next door. Because, you know, that is where the McDonald's is, you know, where they fuck 3-year-olds.
So, I mean, I think you're like dodging that question because, like, you know that.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about fucking.
You clearly argued against those allegations.
Hey, how about your friend Clown? You want to be smeared with somebody? You worked with.
Not my friend, and now, like that. Now that's deflecting too.
Sure, it is because I know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about Ed, you know, except for everybody went on his.
Who's this? I know nothing about this. I know nothing about Nunya. How about that?
That's actually the best thing you've ever said, but it's a huge cluster of like over top of volcano of lying. But that's the best thing you could have ever said. You know, finally, you know, put a cover on your shame.
What about your shame?
Where is it? I didn't work on anybody in this community to harm them at their places and, you know, all that.
Did I do that?
You did with Dunya. You did.
How? When?
And my shame
When?
was it. I got invited on a trip.
So again, you're making like you're making baseless accusations.
I got invited on a trip, and you know, I was like, "What? Me? Huh? Huh?" I couldn't believe it, and I went on that trip, and a lot of it was, you know, good, and also I got the taste of being on catches. No, didn't play any role or anything, but you know what I mean? To watch some guy go blah blah blah, you know, in person is a huge, as you know, I mean, like it's a way different than just watching it on video. It's like,
So after it dropped, you're in Florida. Then Ed does like his, bullshit explanation, which wasn't good at all. Where did you stand on it?
so did you need to put up a giant uproar like a bucking bronco, and you know what I mean? Like, you got to remember that this is a community of lies and smears and slanders. So we had no idea to really understand what was happening. And right there, come on, you know damn well, the thing was released when everybody was at the airports. Every single person was at the airports, and like Christy, White Christy, wonderful Christy, beautiful woman who has reason so hard to work in this community and does work in this community. I met her at this airport, at my airport, because she had to fly the wrong way.
That doesn't answer the question.
Yeah,
after the document, after he gave his response, where did you stand with that?
I'm getting right to it. She had to fly the wrong way to get to the Denver airport, and then fly to Florida. And I meet her at the Denver airport, and we sit and go like, "Have you seen this shit? Have you seen this shit? This is us learning of whatever the first bit was about this. Have you seen this shit?" At the Denver airport. That's where I learned it. That's where she learned it. And that's where we met and went, what the fuck? But we flew on. What did you want us to do?
So what did you do next?
Did you want her to walk back to Oklahoma?
That's not what I asked.
You
What
know,
did you do
like,
next?
what the fuck are we gonna do? We don't know. We don't know anything about it. Nothing.
What about way after the trip? We'll say even after the trip. Did you believe the allegations against him? Did you believe he had CP because of how he was presenting himself and after the document released?
I can't remember all that in detail.
Oh, you can't remember. That's convenient.
Except,
That's awfully convenient.
will you fucking wait for the answer?
Actually, I have a better answer. I just don't. I just don't remember. Like, I don't know what Slack is. I don't know what Nunya is. Like, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I can play the game too.
Are you answering somebody else's type question, or what are you talking about?
No, I'm just gonna say the same thing you're saying. Like, like, who is Nunya? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, why are you bringing him up?
Okay. So,
Like, it's the same thing.
about your disgrace with Nunya now has to be faced with, like, you met Ed. Okay, I get it. All right. Yeah.
No, it's even after the trip. It's like you, like, again. I'm asking a reason, and you're conveniently saying you don't remember, even though I can probably find clips of you actually defending them.
And right after, and
I'm just straight up asking you, did you believe the allegations that were against them?
And as soon as the thing blew up, I did come on and soberly went, okay, here's what I saw and all that about Ed, and drug addicted, perhaps ways, his puking. You know, I did the worst damage to him in the days of the aftermath. I did the worst damage to him. But you sit there and want to go, Ed, what am I going to do? Like, oh, he's definitely.
Nah, because you're like deliberately not answering a certain question because you know what the answer is, because you didn't believe the allegations against him despite the science, and you're on all these panels that aligned with defending Ed the exact same way. And if you're gonna say like you don't remember, then shit, like I can say the same thing too.
Well, do you remember when I attacked Ed about a month after?
Who gives a fuck about vomiting?
Well, naturally.
It has nothing to do.
But wait a
with
minute.
the
Is that
situation.
point? Who? What do you mean? Like naturally? As in, like I did the best I could to waffle through. I don't know. And then I told him all kinds of bad details about him sleeping with his boots on the couch and being a drug addict. And
oh wow,
I did that.
Really took him test.
I did that. And
Wow.
so you're still going like, and I'm glued to him for life, and Ed and I have an insurance policy together. You're insane.
Yeah, what about the CP stuff though? What's your stance about that?
How would I fucking know?
Oh, you don't even know anything. You don't even know who you are, probably. I mean, I don't know how many drinks in are you, but like you're not making any chances.
Clever, very clever. What about you and Nunya? Now, tit for
What about you and Ed?
Tick for tack. How about you sucking up to Nunya nonstop and doxing for her?
I don't remember.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
Nunya? I don't remember. Who's Nunya? How about that?
Yeah, that's about right. That's about.
I'll stay to what you're saying. How about that?
Cringing little bastard. You worked for Nunya. You worked for
Nah, I didn't.
like a slave. You worked for Nunya.
Nah.
And you did it day after day, week after week, month after month, with a conscious mind. You worked for Nunya. Ed is just something that I incidentally met. You cunt.
Nah.
You don't like being pressed for your association with Nunya. But your association with Nunya.
I don't think you had an association with Ted. You're trying to argue that you really took him to task on his boots and then vomiting, like, after the document came out. That's your argument. That's a very shameful defense.
It was the most anybody had come out with since then.
What about the document saying his house was raided for CP? That's kind of bigger than.
No. What, back to those days when all that came out? I don't know. I just went, everybody's clamoring for some Ed shit, and I gave him, when he did vomit a lot on the couches, he slept on the couch. And
Didn't you tell him to address the document in the Florida trip? Isn't that true?
let's see this guy here. Colfax is making a point. Ryan did work for Nunya. He made a GoFundMe while she was scamming money from Lady Ghost Hunter. God damn you, Ryan. What is wrong with you?
I mean, goddamn you! Like, literally, anything could be argued exactly the same back.
Not exactly.
Like, exactly. Or much worse, because, scamming versus, CP, I'm not going to be able to say what's worse.
Look, Brian, you can make it all like you can make it all the way that Ed and I are just, we like to tie ourselves up and roll down the hill, rubbing our cocks together. You can make that all the way you want, but it still doesn't excuse you working with Nunya as a doxing bureau.
Actually, I think we should get to the real issue. What about your association with Jared Fogle?
I'm not going to entertain that.
I mean, it's not even one.
That Jeff level stupidity, and that is the most shameful thing in all this. That's the most shameful thing.
I know it's shameful. Why would you be friends with Jared Fogle? I mean, after all what he done.
There's a level of retardation that
looks pretty bad. I don't know.
There's a level of retardation I can't take, and that's this. If you think you're impressing me, you are humiliating yourself, and it's ridiculous what you're saying. Ridiculous. You Nunyite. You Nunya lover. Oh God.
I mean, you were an Nvidian. I mean, you were one of those. You were on Locke's panel, when Locke would defend him. Right after it dropped, he just addressed the meth part. Who cares about the meth? Who cares if anyone does meth? That's not even who cares if anyone does any drug? My opinion. But and then he completely didn't address the CP thing. So you were on his side.
This is like watching the Special Olympics. Somebody my God, you really just tried to attach Jared Fogle to me. And I don't think you even know who that was until they attached it to Jeff a couple of weeks ago. You are a desperate crab in the ocean. Come on. That's it's for even for you. That's ridiculous. Have I ever eaten at Subway? Yes, I have. Oh boy, I'm connected with Gerald Fogel. By the way, he's only about 30 miles away from you right now.
All right. I mean, this is kind of going in circles. I mean, I would just kind of say that, like I could easily argue, the same thing. Whatever you're trying to say about like Nenya, I could say about you with Ed, very easily.
All right,
And
but
the
wait.
actual cause is when everyone like just is like lying from all sides. It's kind of hard to tell what's true, and maybe a lot of the people that were lying about, maybe there were some people lying about you, and
Yeah, okay.
there were maybe the same, like you thought the same people were lying about you were lying about Ed. The same people were lying about me. We're talking about Nenya, and even though there were signs of it to be true,
Well,
you ignored about Ed.
okay, but can you elaborate on the Jared Fogle thing?
Nah.
Oh, come on.
Nah.
Yeah, Jared Fogle then. Oh, wait a minute. Ryan is not a person that would just fling Jared Fogle out for bullshit reasons. In all seriousness. Come on. Where's my Jared Fogle connection? Come on.
All right. Do you have any closing statements? I kind of just brought you up for content, and I think that is what we kind of got a little bit.
Jared
I think we're at the closing arguments session.
Jared
Closing arguments part.
Ryan has me sleeping with Jared Fogle. Oh boy, I love him. Love him so much, Jared Fogle.
I mean, I hope that is a rhetorical question.
When pressed, Ryan will fling Jared Fogle at you. Oh Jesus, Ryan!
What is were they saying about me?
You brought it up in so seriousness. Jared Fogle. What about Jared Fogle? I'm gonna go visit him. He's like 30.
Quite a bit of him.
I'm gonna go visit Jared Fogle and ask him if he knows about you. Jared Fogle. Oh God, Ryan actually in stress flung Jared Fogle at me. What an idiot.
Yeah, I mean that's another one. I mean, CBS said something about like I was raising money for the California trip, completely unfounded.
You slaved for Nanya. You slaved for
like
Nanya.
I did something in 2016.
Nanya. Everyone saw what you did. You slaved for Nanya. You slaved for her. Slave.
Well, there's kind of like a million of them. There was like so many. It's probably like
you
like
ran any info you could get. Here's somebody's workplace. You slave for Nanya. You idiot. You dirty, rotten idiot.
All right. Will that be all?
Well, you slave for Nanya. Like a dirty, rotten idiot.
All right. So yeah, that's the closing session part of that. I'll kind of probably respond to some comments here. Chat kind of got a little bit lit up as I was working on that documentary. I mean, I'm not really sure what that's about, but I just think like anything medical should just be private, and that's just what it is. But no, I'm talking about like the lies, which I could do like an entire like Like that would probably like be like a 20-hour video. I could probably do about that. Um, um, I mean, that's the kind of thing. I thought pretty much everyone was lying. Like there was so much lying that it wasn't clear who was telling the truth. Like in this community, someone faked their own death. I think twice. You know, yeah, that was kind of a funny one though. Andrew Tate. I'm streaming more of it. Any comments on this? Yeah, I mean, as far as like, yeah, I would say bamboozled. I probably would say that. Yeah, it was Andrew Tate. Yeah. I mean, I will just be like very clear. I think that guy's a clown. Like, but yeah, I mean, but yeah, that was kind of like a video. But yeah, we're gonna kind of. I've been considering starting like maybe MVCap University. Yeah. But yeah, I would say bamboozle probably would be a good word as far as that situation. I mean the Nunya situation. Trying to see if any other comments. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it as far as that goes. So, are you talking about MVCap University and wish you had said that back when I was making the video? Yeah, definitely. Change entire like chain management. It wouldn't be the I was trying to think of something. I'm kind of like half asleep, honestly. It's kind of late, but trying to think of something like that it would actually be about. But I can't think of anything. I think my brain can only edit right now. The issue with the medical stuff that people had was more of a less blatant discard. right after that. Nah. I mean, because stuff like that, is handled. Things like that are handled in a very specific way, and no one is under any obligation to release information about your health, to the internet. I would say that. I mean, right now. Yeah, let's see the intro of this. See how it's coming along.
Rodney Cummings insists he won't prosecute additional cases where vigilante groups confront alleged offenders.
I didn't dismiss that case, not planning to, but we're not going to file anymore.
Attorney General Josh Call said in a release that he wants predator stings to be done by the professionals and wants less what's being called vigilante justice. These kinds of stings are illegal and he says can do more harm than good, putting a potential child predator away.
Before, he spoke out about what he calls online vigilantes and says his biggest concern is safety.
If somebody, pulls a gun and opens fire, an innocent person is going to get killed. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
And not to mention the numerous legal and ethical complications he says the group brings with it, like posting its confrontations online and other constitutional issues.
They'll have to follow the Fourth Amendment search and seizure rules, the Fifth Amendment Miranda rules. They're no longer just citizens anymore. They're an agent of the state.
Hoffman has refused to take any cases the group has forwarded to him. The predator catchers say it's disappointing.
It concerns me as a parent of this community.
All right. So, yeah. So now, that's actually now I'm going to supposed to be making my argument against that. Shit, I think I wasted all my energy on JD Colfax. Gotta probably sleep for like 2 hours or something. Kind of be the start of it. I think probably also what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start just kind of showing how it's gonna be coming along. Yeah, I think this camera's working. But yeah, so yeah, I think I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna probably go live again for next couple hours. But yeah, I think I'm probably gonna go live at around 9 a.m. Something like that. And continue on with this. So yeah, we live on Fireside and live on Kick.